G'day folks, Wayne from Land and Bay Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today is part 2 of the casting deck. Got plenty of time on my hands, this coronavirus thing. So I built the front deck last week and released that. I'll leave a link below for the front deck. And today what I intend to do is start my rear deck. So move from the front seat backwards to the middle of the boat with the second stage of the deck. Should be 3 hatches in there, and we'll show you how we go as we do it. If you get anything out of this video, make sure you hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and let's move it along. So this is the floor up. These are the previous bones put there by the previous owner, I'm guessing. The aluminium flats there are about 4 or 5 mil thick, so quite good to build from there. I won't need to change them at all. So from here we'll start putting the ribs around. So the first job was to get the boat level, as level as I could, and put a bit of angle across the front seat, and that would then be my guide with a level to put a bit of angle across the center rib. And once I've got that in, that bottom rib was next. That's going to be the support for the ply that goes from one side to the other. I threw in a bit of H section on each side, which brings it up nice and solid. All the top pieces are 3 mil angle, and all the actual ribs are 1.6 mil. So the next step is to put the poly tank or the live bait tank in, and the box behind it that'll hold some dry stuff for me, and then work out where exactly the cross beams have to go. So that's my job right now. You can see here I've used the grinding wheel just to cut little slits in the angle, just so that it curves with the shape of the boat from bottom to top. Then I put the cross beams in where I think they should go, and we play around with them until we get it exactly right. I've got them at a width where I know that I can get the live bait tank out should I need to. Because it's a little bit wider than that live bait tank, I've got a little jig made up down the bottom so that the live bait tank can't move when it's empty. When it's full it shouldn't move anyway, but that jig will keep it in place for me. So next I put the wood right across the front and the cross sections on, and then brace the cross sections. Most of the cross section there is 3 mil. I did run out of 3 mil, so some of the backing on it is 1.6, but the vast majority is 3 mil. I braced it with angle, and it works a treat. It doesn't need to go all the way to the floor. It's very strong there. It'll easily take my weight and another person as well. Quite a bit of playing around to get the sizes for the hatches, but in the end they came up pretty good. Plenty of room to get anything I want into the storage area, and plenty of room to get that live bait tank in and out. I did consider putting those little cross sections in at the bottom end of the hatches as well, but that'd just take space away from me actually having to put things in and out of the hatch, so I chose not to. With the 3 mil it was very sturdy, so it was quite strong enough without them. This is a view from underneath just to see how it's put together. Hopefully you'll get something out of it. It like I said, I think it's over-engineered. You don't need the amount of bracing that I've put in it, but I had it, so I put it in. Who knows, I may be wrong. Maybe it's under-engineered. Let me know in the comments if you think I haven't done enough, and I'll put a bit extra in if you can convince me. So I've got the boards cut out. There's 2 boards there. There's one bit a lot longer than the other, and one will do a single hatch and an L section, and the other will be an L section and the 2 hatches. So all stained up. Used a marine sealer to stain it all. Let it dry overnight. This stuff absolutely stinks, so make sure that it's the last thing you do during the day, and then leave your shed. So does the carpet glue for that matter. The glue that you use for the carpet is very smelly, so make sure it's a job at the end of the day, not the beginning of the day. You won't be able to use your shed. So once it's all cut out and you walk on it, you'll see where you need to put the spacers, and you can see I've put 3 mil spacers right through here just to bring it up all level, so that when you walk on it you're not putting pressure on parts of the board and pushing down. The board is only 12 mil ply, so it will bend if it isn't all level, so I've put the spacers in for that reason. So this is how it looks when it's all done and dusted. It's on now and attached. Use marine hinges and stainless steel screws. It looks pretty good. Lots of deck there to walk on for 2 people. The hatches open and close nice and easy. I had to do a little bit of filing with a rasp just to make sure that that came up all right. They were a little bit tight to start with. I'm not going to put the self-closing hinges on these doors until I know that they flap about, and if I think I need to later on down the track, I will. But at this stage, I'm not going to put that self-return spring that I've got on the front hatch on these. If you need to know what I'm talking about, the link was at the beginning of this video. Just go and have a look at when I made that front hatch. I put a return spring on the front door, or the front hatch. Well, that brings us close to the end of the video. This is what I've done, the end of the front seat here. So the modification, or the second part of the modification, was from the end of that seat back to the middle of the boat. The angle used was aluminium, mostly 3mm for the main structure on the top. I used a lot of 1.6mm for the reinforcement bits, the structure underneath that holds it up. The most of the weight, even without that, the 1.6, this deck would have been alright. I think it's over engineered to the nth degree, mostly because I had too much time and a lot of spare angle. So it's come up really well. I used hinges that I got from a marine shop a while back. These have got like a plastic coating over, so they don't get as hot as a normal metal hinge, so you can stand on them without burning your feet off. The carpet is a marine carpet. I bought this from a marine shop a while back. Now I've still got a little bit of spare carpet. That'll go on the front. That'll be probably 2 videos away. How I do the front of this and the floor going back to the back seat. That'll be a video down the track. The next video I do will be the light bait tank. So I haven't plumbed that in. The light bait tank sits under this deck here. These are the decks. So storage on this side, and my light bait well in the front here, and a big dry storage area at the back. That'll probably house some of the safety equipment. Next video coming up, that'll be the plumbing into the light bait tank. So subscribe to the channel and you get a notification when that comes around. Hit that like button for me. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.